Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Shreemad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhuji, can I start? It's 6:30. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. We are reading from Shreemad Bhagavatam, Canto 4 and chapter number 11 and verse number 31. Sanyachrosham bhadram te pratipam sheyasam param shrutena bhuyasa rajan agadena yathamayam. Sanyachrosham bhadram te pratipam sheyasam param shrutena bhuyasa rajan agadena yathamayam. Sanyachrosham bhadram te pratipam shreyasam param shrutena bhuyasa rajan agadena yathamayam. Word to word translation. Sanyacha, just control. Sanyacha, just control. Rosham, anger. Bhadram, all good fortune. Te, to you. Pratipam, enemy. Shreyasam, all of goodness. Param, the foremost. Shrutena, by hearing. Bhuyasa, constantly. Rajan, my dear king. Agadena, by medicinal treatment. Yatha, as. Amayam. Amayam is disease. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. My dear king, just consider what I have said to you, which will act as medicinal treatment upon disease. Control your anger, for anger is the foremost enemy on the path of spiritual realization. I wish all good fortune for you. Please follow my instruction. Purport. Dhruva Maharaj was liberated soul, and actually he was not angry with anyone. But because he was the ruler, it was his duty to become angry for some time in order to keep law and order in the state. His brother Uttama was without fault, yet he was killed by one of the yakshas. It was the duty of Dhruva Maharaj to kill the offender, life for life, because Dhruva was the king. When the challenge came, Dhruva Maharaj fought vehemently and punished the yakshas sufficiently. But anger is that if one increases it, it increases unlimitedly. In order that Dhruva Maharaj's kingly anger was exceed the limit, Manu was kind enough to check his grandson. Dhruva Maharaj could understand the purpose of his grandfather, and he immediately stopped the fighting. The words Shrutena Bhuyasa, by constantly hearing, are the important in this verse. By constantly hearing about devotional service, one can check the force of anger, which is detrimental to the process of devotional service. Srila Parikshit Maharaj said that the constant hearing of the pastime of Lord is a panacea for all the material diseases. Everyone, therefore, should hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly. By hearing, one can always remain in equilibrium, and thus his progress in spiritual life will not be hampered. Dhruva Maharaj becoming angry with the miscreants was quite appropriate. There is a short story in this connection about a snake who became a devotee upon instruction by Narad, who instructed him not to bite anymore. Since ordinarily a snake's business is to fatally bite other living entities, as a devotee he was forbidden to do so. Unfortunately, people took advantage of this non-violence on the part of the snake, especially the children who began to throw stones at him. He did not bite anyone, however, because it was the instruction of his spiritual master. After a while, when Snake met the spiritual master, Narada, he complained, I have given up the bad habits of biting innocent living entities, but they are mistreating me by throwing stones at me. Upon hearing this, Narad Muni instructed him, don't bite, but do not forget to expand your hood as if you were going to bite. Then they will go away. Similarly, a devotee is always non-violent. He is qualified with all good characteristics. But in a common word, when there is a mischief made by others, he should not forget to become angry, at least for the time being, in order to drive away the miscreants. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining this very auspicious early morning Shreemad Bhagavatam class, and we are going through this canto 4 beautiful section of Dhruva Maharaj, right? We have been seeing all these past time. Maitreya Muni is narrating to Vidurji. So we know, right? He was king, Dhruva Maharaj was king, he got coronated and he was ruling, but his brother, we didn't read one time, that's okay. So his brother Uttam got killed by Yaksha because he only entered in Alkapuri of Yaksha's Nagar, right? And he got killed by one of the Yakshas. So as a king, that is Dhruva Maharaj's duty to take care of his kingdom, like people in the kingdom. So he was fighting with the Yakshas, but as a king, he was doing his job. But what happens when we get anger, out of anger? Anger is also good. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, anger is also good. But if you are angry all the time, and it increases, it never decreases. If you are angry, somebody has to stop that, or somebody has to interfere, right? How Manu Maharaj, his great grandfather, he just came because for the good means welfare for whole community, right? Great grandfather came and he is advising here and requesting, like please, he is saying please, O king, please. He is requesting to Dhruva Maharaj, and Dhruva Maharaj understood and he just stopped fighting. But here Srila Prabhupada mentioned, and even in this verse, so beautiful verse, when I was going through it yesterday, like Rosham means anger, which is enemy, like Pratipam, it is enemy, and every day in our life. See, one can say, oh, Dhruva Maharaj got darshan of Vishnu, how come he can get anger, right? But this is even Manu Maharaj also saying, he is the proprietor, he is doing his Leela. Dhruva Maharaj is also very elevated, so we should not think, oh, he is doing anger. This is for us to learning, lesson, to teach us how to control your anger. Then this verse is about controlling the anger. Like Manu Maharaj is requesting and asking him to control your anger, because this is the medicine, right? Anger is the disease. It is enemy. Anger in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, ध्यायतो विषयान पुंसा संजस्तेषुपजायते संजा संजायते कामात् कामात् क्रोध विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोह सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमा स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. Means anger, and anger is the means cause, means it comes from the root of desire, vishay, desires. More we desire for something, and when it doesn't get fulfilled, we get anger, and when it gets fulfilled, we get greed. So all these anarthas, kam, krodh, madh, moha, mascharya, right? But out of that, we are talking about his anger here. Srila Prabhupada mentioned very nicely in the purport. It's so beautiful. Like as a king he did, but he was just repeating and killing all the actions. So he has to stop, and Manu Maharaj told him, and he listened, because he is a very elevated devotee. And as I mentioned, it is for us how to behave, how to control. This is the anger management, how to control our anger. And everyone is suffering, right? This anger comes as short tempered anger, and it distracts everything, like pranashati, everything, how we get anger initially, and by step, verbally or physically. And nowadays we are seeing, right, why there are so many divorces nowadays, because of anger. They don't have ability to compromise. Like after marriage, one should be both. This is a vivaha, both married for the service of the Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, right? But they are taking out Vishnu because of that aha. And what is the end, right? Divorce. Very soon, like some marriages are like only few couple of hours only. So we have to learn, and Shreemad Bhagavatam is giving all these lessons. If we go deep in that, so we can get so many lessons from this Shreemad Bhagavatam. So here now he understood and he stopped fighting. Even Gaur Gopal Prabhuji also says, when there is something like fighting somewhere, you have to just pause. Don't respond quickly. If you are right, you don't have to argue, right? And if you are wrong, anyways you don't have to argue, because that is your fault. So just pause. Time will go and everything else. So there is anger management. So many, like we had also seminar last year about anger management. So they say, okay, when you are angry, just think about Lord Nrsimha Dev, right? You will forget your anger. How he was angry, so ferocious, right? And he killed Hiranyakashipu. So your anger will just come down. Or just drink water, or just say numbers 10, 9, 11 in reverse way. So your anger will get. Means you have to kill that time, that moment. Then only we can control the anger. So now here this word Shrutena Bhuyasa. So how to recover, how to control that anger, the medicine is given. And Manu Maharaj is saying, this is the medicine what I had told you in previous verse. Like we are thinking about I, me and mine. If we think about this whole world is mine, right, then there will not be any problem. We can just resolve everything, and nothing is impossible. So but how we can control this anger? So wonderfully in this verse, Shrutena Bhuyasa. So anger, if we think, anger is because of desire, right? And it is a mode of passion, and that mode of passion can transfer into mode of ignorance, because anger makes destruction. But how we can control? To by bringing in mode of goodness, and mode of goodness is Shrutena Bhuyasa. Shrutena Bhuyasa means always hearing about the glories of Lord, always hearing about Shastra, and we are so fortunate every morning, evening, and if we are reading all the time or listening lectures, so continuously we should shrutva, like shravanam, satata kirtanto maham shravanam kirtanam, right? Srila Prabhupada gave so beautiful process. Every morning, since morning like 4:30 to while sleeping, like when we go to bed, like we should read Krishna books. So all just taking the shelter of Shastra, Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. So in because of that association only we can control the anger, right? And it's very important. So that's why they said like in this paragraph, Srila Prabhupada was saying, constantly hearing about the devotional service. And that's why Manu Maharaj was glorifying Lord, telling him he is the one, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. We are nothing, we are just insignificant in front of him. We are just playing our role here, right? Puppet. But people think, oh, we are there. That's why, no? That's why everybody is thinking, oh, I should get this. See, whatever we in our destiny, anyways, we'll get. No need to hanker so much. And when we are in devotional service, automatically we get so much. Sometimes I just make something like special Maharashtrian dishes, and I just share with devotees, my sakhis, other devotees, and that day I get so much prasadam. In temple, leftover is there, and Haricharan Prabhuji, he knows I distribute in my neighborhood or senior people around me. I just give them. So he asked me, Mataji, lot of prasadam is there, take and distribute. So that day I get so much prasadam, and all these people also around me, they are also getting mercy. And see, everything is devotional service. If we think like this, everything we can make all transcendental things, even material also can become transcendental. So for controlling anger, how to overcome? By shrutva, by shrutena bhuyasa, constantly hearing from anyone, from sadhu, guru or shastra, from our lectures, right, from other classes also. So that is the remedy. And then here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, see, and even you are devotee, it's good, you must get anger. Like Srila Prabhupada said, one should become angry also, just for the pleasure of Lord, in the service of the Lord. We know in Ramayana, Hanumanji, he got angry and he burned whole Lanka, right? So for what? For the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Lord Ram. So that anger also become transcendental. So we can use that means anger for the devotional service. And like in Chaitanya Leela also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also getting angry because sometimes the devotees, disciples, they were doing something wrong. He was getting angry. Here they give beautiful example of this snake, right? So what happened? People were hitting, the snake was killing, not killing, biting all living entities. So they went to Narad Muni. So Narad Muni came and he was talking to him, and that snake became disciple. So as a spiritual master, he told snake, don't bite. So he took that instruction and he was not biting. But because he was not biting, all the people, right, especially children, they were throwing the stone and he was getting wound, so much like bleeding. So eventually later he got association of Narad Muni again. So Narad Muni said, what happened to you? He said, you told me don't bite, so I stopped biting. So he said, I told you don't bite or don't kill anyone, but not like don't expand your hood. You should expand your hood so that they will be scared. Oh, he is going to bite us, and nobody will throw stones and nobody will hit you. So here learning is, see, sometimes we had to also get angry. Even Srila Prabhupada, there is beautiful pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was getting he was getting angry. I heard like disciples sometimes they were crying also, that much Srila Prabhupada is very strict. Why? See, if children are doing something wrong, so parents should be very disciplined. They should get anger, right? Mother especially, mother always gets angry with the children if they do wrong. Not for like, oh, she doesn't love. She wants her children to become disciplined, right? So that's why she becomes angry, like that Srila Prabhupada. Beautiful pastime it is about Srila Prabhupada. There was installation in the temple. So people were like, their deities were like tall enough and the altar was small. And at the time of installation, they were forcefully putting deities inside Radha Krishna, right? So Srila Prabhupada saw that and he got so angry because he doesn't like if something is going wrong in devotional thing, right? So he said, no, stop that. Cut the altar, top portion of the altar. And he was getting so angry and he was like chastising. So one new hippie devotee, he was sitting behind him, and Prabhupada was in so much anger. So he just tapped Prabhupada and he gave beads like mala. Prabhupada, please chant. And here learning is Prabhupada just took it and he started chanting. See, Acharya, we always say, who is doing Acharya, not only talking, we should walk the talk. Whatever we are talking, we have to follow. Even we are humans, right? We do a lot of mistake, but we can learn from the mistake. And Srila Prabhupada started chanting. So he showed by Acharan. And that's why all these hippies and so many like Western people, they turn their life, they become so, they change to our, like they took sannyas, they took initiation, right? Because of his acharan. So here learning is, we should also follow all these things always. And that day, then it happened, and that day so many blunders happened. That prasadam plate also, Srila Prabhupada was like, one disciple was carrying on his lap, and he like because of jerk of the brake, all prasadam fell in the car only. So and then they called Srila Prabhupada, oh, prasadam fell in the car. Srila Prabhupada said, collect it and bring it, and he ate also. But evening time, president of that temple, he was so scared, like with fear, but he thought, oh, but he was mentally prepared. He went there. But Srila Prabhupada was sitting so nicely, keeping his one hand on his knee and chanting so nicely, softly, and that effulgence. So he was like astonished. How come Srila Prabhupada was so angry that time and now he's so calm? And then he went and he paid obeisances and he asked Srila Prabhupada, you were so angry in the morning and all day, I am sorry, I just came to say sorry, I did so much blunder all day. Then Srila Prabhupada said, see, anger of devotee is like ocean. Ocean is very calm inside, right? But outside on the top of the ocean, we see waves, like so much turbulence, right? But inside it is calm. And that anger is just for making the devotees, disciples, like bring them on the proper path, discipline, make them discipline. So that devotee was like so much learning from Srila Prabhupada. When we hear about his pastime, how he was tackling, and he was like quickly he was responding for everything. If somebody asked, we think, but Srila Prabhupada was so prompt, like answer, and very nicer way. It's not like he was chastising, but in very proper way. And I also feel always I am really fortunate. I have seniors, like if I do something wrong, they chastise me, they tell me so proper way, so that I learn, and I learn lot of things by like Vinapani Mataji. She was COVID time. She made me like something I do wrong. She was just chastising that time. Satyabhaman, ऐसे नहीं करना है, like this, while making garlands, cooking time also. And even she used to ask her to wear sari, putting that net while making garland, and no talking about anything material, always talk the glories of the Lord. So this is really, we are fortunate. They say if Guru or Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, if they are chastising that day, you have to celebrate that day. Oh, somebody is well wisher for you. Krishna made that well wisher for you, so that you will progress in your bhakti, in your devotional service. Even sometimes I forget to put like this while arti time. I used to wear gopi dress, but his Grace Jai Prakash Prabhuji, he pinpoints me every time. Last Sunday also I was singing Guru Vandana. Sometimes it comes down. He just say, Mataji, cover karo head ko, because people are watching you. So it's really good. Sometimes Madhupati Prabhuji also pinpoints. Means he tells very proper way, and I really like that. Amritananda Prabhuji also, if I do something, I say something wrong in the class, he just calls me, Mataji, I say, you should not say like this, like that. So we should feel happy. We have such a wonderful seniors in our life, so that we can progress. We can be disciplined. Otherwise, mistakes, every time we'll just do the mistake, and it will go on, and we cannot progress. And that's why Manu Maharaj chastised him, requesting also him, and he understood, and he stopped fighting. So here, then this, and one more pastime of Srila Prabhupada. So one disciple, he asked Srila Prabhupada, if any guru like Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru chastise, then what should be our response? So Srila Prabhupada said, Brahmanda Brahmite Jiv, Kona Bhagyavad Jiv, Guru Krishna Kripa Paya Bhakti Lata Beach. Like he said, so many bahuni janmani, like so many births, after so many births we get this bhakti lata beej by Guru's mercy, by Krishna's mercy. And Guru is telling me you should feel happy, you should celebrate that moment, like, oh, somebody just said to me something, somebody chastised me, it is good for us. So we had, these are the learning in this verse, especially about, they are talking about anger, and then Shrutena Bhuyasa. I don't know the time. What's the time? I cannot see the time here. Oh, almost time is over. So this is the lesson from this verse, and we should be always grateful to Srila Prabhupada, our parampara, and think about all these things, how to come out of this anger, and always be blissful and make people also blissful. So thank you everyone for joining this, and thank you Madhupati Prabhuji for giving me this wonderful opportunity for my purification and for the pleasure of Guru Maharaj and Krishna. So thank you. And there is 1 minute left. Anybody has any question or reflection, please. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. I'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and week ahead. The part Purana time today is from 5:59 to 9:24 a.m. And today is Rukmini Dwadasi,
Rukmini Dwadashi, yeah.
appearance of Mother Rukmini.
Jai.
We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Jina
Jai
Singha,
Jai
Jina Singha, Jai Jina Singha, Praladesha, Jaya
Jaya
Padma
Padma
Mukha
Mukha Padma
Padma
Bhingam.
Ugra
Ugram
Veera
Veeram
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu Jwalantam
Sarvatungam
Sarvatungam Nasinga Bhishana Bhadram Mrityum Mrityum Namamyaham.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki
Jai.
Jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki
Jai.
Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas.
वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः.
वैष्णविंद की
जय.
जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय.
प्रभुपाद की
जय.
नित्यानंदे.
हरि बोल. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Hari Bol.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्ण.
Okay, thank you.